What is up, YouTube? So we are back again for another Team Michi versus Team Ranked deathmatch, Michi turbo match. This match is between Assassin, Ross, Flippi, and Kinsey. It's KinizsiPali, but we always call him Kinsey for short. Going up against Nova, Frost, TheCode, and Ganji. So whenever we say Team Michi, these are mainly deathmatch Michi turbo players. So, and with Team Ranked, it's mainly deathmatch ranked players. So, best of the best versus best of the best, so to speak. Alright, so for this game, you can see Ross is taking Persians, Flippy and Kinsey are going to take Saracens, Assassins is taking Teutons. The Teutons is going to be, with them having cheaper farms, it could go to a late game. With Ross being Persians, his normal play style is castles along the entire map. So the goal is for one of the Saracens or the Teutons to hit market early, sling stone to Ross so he can spam the castles. Over here on this side, Nova is Spanish, Frost is Persians, TheCode is Saracens, and Ganji is Teutons. So with Nova being Spanish, the gold income, as you already know, is a lot better in terms of what you're getting back from the trade. But if I remember correctly, we have one player going for a market. Yeah, we have one player going for a market on Team Ranked, and that is in the form of Nova as Persians. And on Team Michi, we have two players going for the market. So you have Flippy going for a Saracen market. And then you also have on the opposite side of the map, you have Ross going for a Persian market. I'm not sure who's going to be able to get it first, but we're going to find out. Looks like Nova was quickest to the market. Oh, it was Nova. Nova got the market. I'm sorry, I thought it was Frost. Nova got with the Spanish market. His villagers build a lot quicker. So he has 270 gold and 10,000 stone. I don't believe I've ever seen Ganji play, but he gets the general idea. Frost, as you may have known already, he is the #1 deathmatch player, whether it be team-based or 1v1. And back on Voobly, he was a top, maybe the best, maybe I say like #1, maybe top 3 Michi players back on Voobly. So already, whenever you are playing a game against Frost, it's already very difficult. So for those of you who are new, who don't understand, the spamming of the town centers, it's not so much as spamming. Like Frost, there's a reason that he's spacing out his town centers like this. The whole idea is to boom. So with this game, it is a 15-minute treaty. With that 15-minute treaty, your goal is to hit pop limit as quick as possible. In these games, the pop limit is 400. The quicker you hit that pop limit, the more eco you can gain. So as soon as the treaty expires or before it expires, what you're going to be doing is deleting some of your lumberjacks, possibly some farmers. If you are oversaturated with farmers, you're going to delete some Vilpop. And then the goal is to basically fight and micro your army as best as possible to the best of your ability. What makes it problemsome with the 400 pop in these games, that could potentially be a lag fest, and you're also trying to micro large groups of army. So it's very problematic. You have to find the perfect balance in terms of economy and military and trade carts. So whenever I say economy, I meant to say like villager population to trade population to army and managing that. Everyone thinks like DM Michi Turbo is just easy. It's not. There's some logic behind it, but not as much in terms of being compared to like ranked or ranked DM or random map. Obviously, each category has their own pros and cons. Each category requires a different level of finesse in a sense. So Ganji went ahead and made an early army, siege onagers. I get what he's going to do already. He's probably going to be the first to open. Nova being Nova being Spanish, I'm going to assume that he's going to be slinging. Ross, it is giant. I love my games. I'm not sure what the issue was, but okay, we'll leave it at that. I've never watched Kinizzi play before as well. I've played against him and with him many times. I have never sat there and like analyzed a video of his, so this is going to be my first time analyzing him in game. And here we come, the walls from Assassin. He already knows what his role is, what he's going to have to do. He's also going to have to wall for Ross, because Persian walls are very weak. Look, one of the stone walls is 1800 versus Teutons, which are 3000. It's a little over double, I believe, unless my math is Roth. Unless my math is Roth. I've never watched Code play Michi before as well. I've watched Frost play Michi many times. I've played against Nova and with Nova countless times. But Ganji is definitely new to me. And I like his economy, his farm placement, his town center placement. Nova coming from Michi, then going back to ranked deathmatch. I'm going to assume that he gave them a general idea on what to do and how to play. I'm assuming they are also in Discord, in the deathmatch Discord. So I would if I would be playing these games, because I know Team Michi is in a Discord as well. I'm not a fan of Flippi's base management, or his base building, but to each their own. Kinizzi, a lot of market spam so we can hit population as quick as possible. If we're going to look at the trade pop, it looks like 136 trade cards for Kinizzi, which is what you basically try to shoot for. Anything that's like close to 200, you're basically in overkill mode, and it's pointless. TheCode is at 98. Frost at 62 with 71 queued. If you hear that noise, I am vaping. I do apologize. If I don't have that, I'm going to lose my marbles. So it looks like team ranked hit 1600 total population before Team Michi. And Nova coming in with the crazy walls that I have been known to do. Frost does them as well. I actually learned them from Frost. I just kind of changed them up a little bit to make them more annoying. Michi players, like Team Michi, is known for making these straight walls and making multiple segments in between. Whereas I don't like that. I like keeping my walls as close to the wood line as possible. That way I can utilize all this space over here if I need to. And Nova has also, I think, got accustomed to doing this as well. But like I said, I picked up on it from Frost. Frost is a much better player than me. I just saw what he was doing and I liked it and I tried it and it worked. And it looks like the push is going to come from over here in front of Ganji's base. Ganji utilizing trebuchets and siege onagers. Frost utilizing Persian elephants is, obvious. Completely obvious. I'm assuming Nova's going to go for bombard cannons. Nothing from Team Michi yet in terms of military. Treaty expired. And here we go. And just in this general area, 112 elephants, 17 trebuchets, 12 siege onagers. Here comes Ross's Persian war elephants. So far, he has 28 on the run there. No military over here from Assassin yet. This whole side is being overrun by Frost. And the forward building coming from Ganji, I believe? No, from Nova. Nice. Monasteries. 12 monasteries. So the tactic is to elephant push, trebuchet, siege, and convert elephants. A lot of farms. 116 farms from Assassin. You have 75 farms from Kinizzi, and from Flippi you have 41 farms. Over here on Team Ranked you have 78 from Nova. You have 58 from TheCode or Cut. You have 37 from Frost, and Ganji with 190 farms. The whole idea, whenever you have a Persian on each side, in games like these, is to sling the Persian. So ideally, the Persian player is going to be doing most of the fighting. In this general area, I'll say army count is almost the same. However, that edge I'm going to have to give to Team Ranked, because Frost and Ganji and Nova are going to be the difference makers right over here. You got a lot of monks going to be coming in. 8 monks right now. Not sure how many they have converted as of yet. Going based on economy, 70. We're going to focus on the Persian players. Frost has 26,000 food versus Ross's 4,000 food, but I'm sure the queues are full. Yes. 150 queued versus 237 queued. Jesus, that's a big difference. Team Ranked still has the upper hand in this contest, in this general area right here. Oh, now it's coming over to Team Michi. The elephants. All elephants. So it looks like it's 1v4 in this general area right now. Ross. Here comes Assassin. Teutonic Knight Siege. Kinizzi's over here with Mamluks. Paladins. Elephants. All that from Team Michi. Zooming out. We're going to check this area again. Those that are going to the fight. And Team Rank still has the upper hand. Just on the front line alone. Definitely Team Ranked as well. Still. No red elephants. I thought Nova would be converting a lot more. He's got almost 30 monks. Elephant populations visible. Ross with maybe 50, 60 more. Nova has now converted elephants. He has 6 conversions from elephants in this general area. So we're going to check out the other side. Frost, is that? Yeah, Frost is fighting Kinizzi. Not an ideal contest, not with that being Saracens and Persians going head to head. Over here we have TheCode and Flippi going at it. Seems to be in flavor of Flippi. But that is always, as always, subject to change. And it doesn't matter over here if it's Frost Persians versus Kinizzi Saracens. Just the fact alone that it's Frost is, you know, you can never count him out. He's just that good of a player. Even with the slow army as Persian elephants, his micro is just unmatched in deathmatch, in my opinion. So Ganji is going to be microing siege onagers mainly. Nova is over here with bombard cannons, and I'm assuming he's going to micro his monks as well with 7. And then 6 bombard cannons, 3 siege onagers in this vicinity alone. I could be wrong. Could be over here. Siege onagers over here. Or regular onagers over there. I'm sorry. As far as Ganji goes, 27 siege onagers, 23 right here, and 6 trebuchets. Ganji has dropped trade. He's at 48. See people killing trade. Looks like Frost killed some of his trade, I believe. Probably, yeah. Frost killed trade. He's at 35. So... You can see the difference in the military population. Team Ranked has over 100 units in military pop. Almost 200. Coming up to 200. Now it's 100. Okay. I see Nova microing his conquistadors on the villagers. Siege is pushing. Yeah, Ganji's trying to micro his siege as best as possible. For Team Ranked, it's not that difficult. Every player on Team Ranked has phenomenal micro. That's where I think the game changer is going to be. Just the fact that their micro alone is phenomenal. I haven't known of Ganji long, and he is a highly rated deathmatch player. And Frost being the best deathmatch player, arguably, because I also put TheCode up there as well. I've always enjoyed playing against TheCode, and with TheCode. More so with, because I cannot stand playing against him. Just like I cannot stand playing against the Frost. They're very fucking good. Sorry for my cussing, that's just the way I talk. Team Rank still has the upper hand in here. Over here, TheCode has the more of the edge. Bombard cannons, Mamluks, siege onagers, camels. It's essentially Saracens versus Saracens. Here come the elephants. A lot of elephants in front of Kinsey's base from Frost. Backed up with hand cannoneers from Nova. Forward castle by Ganji. So, once again, for those of you who are new, the idea in these games is to allow the Persians to take control, or for siege onager civilizations to find an opening, so that way the Persian player can punish through that opening. In terms of economy, wood is very important. Wood equals farms, farms equals elephants. Wood also equals siege, which when it comes to a late game is very, very, very beneficial to have. Going on wood collection alone, Nova 116k, TheCode 107k, Ganji 102k, Flippi 146k, and then everyone else around the map has less than 100,000. The entire elephant population for Frost. I want to see where they're all at. You can see where they're going. So Frost is fighting 3 locations here in front of TheCode, in front of Nova, and over here in front of Ross. With Ross is fighting, I'm not sure where these elephants are going, but I know Frost is fighting directly in front of his base. And unfortunately, he has some idle elephants right here, which I'm assuming those castles are not gathering anywhere. But Team Ranked has the upper hand on every single location. Except for middle. Team Michi is winning in the middle. Push coming from Kinsey, Mamluks versus Nova, hand cannoneers and bombard cannons, and here come more elephants from Frost. So costly, that army. KD right now, Frost has the highest KDs. TheCode also has an amazing KD right now. Ross has lost a lot of elephants. Everyone on Team Michi is currently in the negative. You never see Assassin with these type of numbers. 376 kills, 849 deaths. He's always positive. And Flippi is, his KD is, yeah, that is not a good KD. Kenzie is the only one that is close to being even. TheCode is past a 2.0 KD. He's microing his entire army over here. He is also fighting on one spot, and he's fighting against Flippi. And Frost is now starting to approach Ross's front line. He's hit his gates. This is another thing that people need to understand. Whenever you play a 400 pop limit Deathmatch Michi Turbo game, and you have 3,200 population on the map, the lag is something that is expected. Doesn't matter how good your PC is or how good your internet is. It's just, I believe, now I could be wrong, I believe this game does have limitations in terms of pop limit, and that is just something, it's hard for this game to handle. Yep, he's smart, pulling back the elephants, get him in the range of the siege onagers from Ganji, and he can eliminate all those elephants. The conquistador just got to form a barrier. And that is exactly what Ganji's doing. And the conquistadors can pick up low health elephants as they get closer, but they have to form that barrier. They have to protect those siege onagers. Check out the eco. Ganji can lose some wood. He's at 98k, but siege onagers are costly. Frost seems to be overrunning every single front line where he is. Support from right here from Nova. TheCode is approaching the front line as well of Flippi. There was some pushback over here, but I'm not sure how long it's going to last. It is open to his castles right here in this area. And this gate is low health. You would think the edge over here goes to Team Michi because of the bar, but not so much whenever you have a mass of siege onagers to contend against. Over here, TheCode has broken down the first set of gates. Seems to be no pushback as of yet. Siege onager count over here. That's going to be the game changer. And the code has 23, Flippi with 13. And then the bombard cannons are going to be very important, 30. Excuse me. I would advance if I saw some trebuchets. There's 2 trebuchets. They need to have more. Or at least utilize bombard cannons on the gates. So that way they can make an opening. There are no bombard cannons though. It's odd. A lot of trebs. 4. 2 cannons. Over here. Siege onager is tearing down the gates. Frost is making his way through with elephants. In this vicinity alone, 76 elephants and 46 siege onagers. Tearing down all the gates. Making an opening. This is smart too. They control this front line. they can keep Assassin and Ross focused over here, while Ganji tears down everything over here long enough for Frost to get through. And over here on this front line, if Flippi can knock out these siege onagers and bombard cannons, he can gain some pushback, but the problem is getting to them. Spread formation, camels. Focus on the siege onagers individually. He has to do two sides, one over here for the siege onagers, and then flank the ones in the middle, and over here and hit the bombard cannons while Mamluks fight the front. At least that's what I would do. Kinzi is he has an opening right here. He can cut off these elephants. Should push all the way in the front. Because it seems like most of the elephants coming are, yeah, they're shooting straight from Frost's base. At least if he can knock out this line right here, that would help. Frost has no food. He is spent. But he does have 152 elephants queued. Frost is, oh my god, 353 elephants versus 200 elephants. That's a big difference. 197 elephants from Frost versus 84 elephants from Ross. Like I said, the reason I'm focusing on these two players is because Persians are mainly going to be the game changer. Idle elephants right here, that is not good. That is 35 elephants that could be somewhere else. Three players right here fighting one. Mainly two. Nova's building bombard towers while they advance. Kinzi should be focusing on pushing right here. This whole area is open. If you can cut off this, I guess you could say the pathing of the gathering points from Frost Castles, that would be a huge impact and could help save Ross. That way Assassin can fully commit to this fight right here. I'm not seeing no army from Assassin though, which is strange. Right over here, here's 24 paladins. There's got to be more action around the middle. That's gonna help. That's gonna help save Ross. So I'm definitely seeing things that I would do differently. All these elephants chasing the siege onagers, and they're dead. Now he does kill some of his own siege onagers in that front line, but he saves all of his siege onagers from those elephants, even if it is a small amount. And they're tearing down Ross's castles. Even if they lose army, tearing down a single castle can be helpful. Well, more than a single castle. Code's overrunning Flippi's base. A little short patrol to get his army going. Good job from Flippi to send the camels in and kill off most of the siege. Not all of them. Elephants from Ross. These castles are gathering over here in the middle. And Frost is in Kinzi's base now. That's not good at all. A lot of market buying. If Flippi doesn't stop this, I think it's done on this side. Also, the elephants that made their way in are very problematic in Kinzi's base. Idle Mamluks. Siege onagers. I believe this is still the same group of siege onagers. 83 siege onagers. Jesus. It still has 68,000 wood. Flippi with 110,000 wood. Gonna swing back to KD. Well, look at the eco. Assassin has sent 291,000. I'm assuming to Ross. Yep. Kinsey has sent 168,000 to Ross. So in terms of, oh wow, Ganji has sent 523,000 to Frost. I'm assuming he's fully slinging. Yeah, because he's only making siege onagers. All he has to do is just micro his siege. I like his way of playing. Ross snuck in! A typical Ross tactic. 30 elephants going into the trade. And then Flippi's base, 71 Ross Persian elephants of destruction. You have Frost over here making a play with 67 elephants. Those are going to get in the trade. If they destroy some markets, if they destroy markets on one side, that's going to be a huge problem for Team Ranked. Huge gap in the slinging category. Frost has gotten 886,000 versus Frost, who's gotten 800. Or no, I'm sorry. Ross has gotten 517,000. Apparently, I can't read today. Swinging back to the KD. Those Persian elephants from Ross are still in the trade. Frost is sending elephants to combat them. And then TheCode is also going to put a stop to it as well. That's the thing with Team Rank. They are very, very aware. So I don't think a sneaking tactic is going to work against them. You got to find a weak spot, a choke point, or something and make a push. And I honestly think the choke point is right here. Right here in this general area is a choke point between Nova and Frost, and that's because of the gathering points from Frost's castles. That's my opinion. But if they can't stop this push from Ganji and Frost and Nova, then it's over. Kinsey is sending Mamluks to assist, but not enough. Not enough. 9. You have Assassin over here helping as well. Not a lot, though. Not a lot. Code's buying wood. Code's KD looks to be approaching 2.0. Ganji still at a 2.0 KD, it looks like. And everyone on Team Michi's KD is in the negative except for Kinsey, who is positive by 300. Assassin has the worst KD in this game. I never see that. Assassin is one of the best players from the Michi community. I feel like in this game, Flippi should have went Teutons, and Assassin should have went Saracens. That would have been a huge difference. Yeah, forward castles coming from Ganji. Over here on this side, there is no change. Some pushback against the code, but the problem is it's Ross elephants against Saracen Mamelukes. That's not good at all. That's not effective. Kinsey's making a play now against Frost in front of Nova and Frost, but not anything that I believe is going to be helpful. It could depending on if he fully commits to it. And we have a fight right here. Ross is trying to get more elephants in, bypassing the entire military. And Frost has made his way to the front, past the front line. And now he's into Ross's farms. It might be GG. Yeah, it's GG. There's no way they're going to be able to stop this. The elephants are like constantly coming. Flippi now has Mamelukes over here to offer assistance, but I think it's too late. And like I said, with Assassin taking Teutons, yes, the sling is going to be nice, but he's not able to help. He's not able to counter the elephants as well as he could have if he was Saracens. Too much idle army over here. That's just sitting back waiting to respond. That's not good. And Nova's made his way into the trade with his conquistadors. He has 47 conquistadors right here. Conquistadors. I don't know why I call them conquistadors. But yeah, he's got 46 conquistadors back here. They're just going to destroy the markets, which is going to cause a buildup on the other side of trade carts. And they're going to have to take time away from microing their army to fix that. Which, by that point, you might as well just call it a GG, because whenever you try to take time away to fix that versus team rank, they're just going to keep microing their army all the way through. Flippi over here to combat the conquistadors, but it's too late. Both markets are down on this side. Frost with 15 elephants in. Assassin needs to bypass these elephants and eliminate the siege onagers. He needs to snipe them with the paladins. Code making more progress here on the other side of the map. Frost approaching the front line of Assassin. It's still elephants in the back line of Team Michi. The team score, that's a big gap in between the two. Team ranked is at 175k, Team Michi is at 127k. As you can see, it all goes down to the K80. And obviously the economy gathering. $30,000 wood sent to Ganji. That's a lot of wood. Ganji sent 19,000 food to Frost. Nice little trade. Literally a trade. Markets have been rebuilt by Ross. But there is still an opening and only paladins to combat the elephants, which is not good. Yeah. Kinsey has Mamelukes in the back. It's not going to be enough to stop this. All Nova needs to do is send the conquistadors back, and it'll be a second raid on the trade. Mini-Matt Flippi is sending all reserves over here to help put this push to a stop. But his problem is going to be his front line, where the code is. Kinsey, Mamelukes versus Frost Elephants in his front. Excuse me. Hitting my vape again. I need it. So many idle Mamelukes right there. Now, if this was to go to a long game, based on economy, Team Ranked has it. If you look at that wood count from all the players and have it combined, it's maybe somewhere between 20 to 40,000 more than Team Michi. And just the fact alone that they are microing their entire army, they're not wasting much. And you can tell just by off of the KD alone. Nova's in the back trade again with Conquistadors, but he's going to have to fight off Paladins and Mamluks. Little hit and run tactics from Ganji. I love that micro. I've tried to do that myself. I've seen that done from a lot of players. I believe the code is hard countering Flippi. Just keeps killing everything that approaches him. Flippi's KD is in the negative. The code is double. Still. Another forward castle from Nova. He has balls. Oh, he deleted it. Frost stretched out over the entire front line of Kinzi. So much idle army from Flippi. That's not helping him at all. He has to use his army. Otherwise, why make it? But yeah, it's completely GG. There's no castles over here for elephants to be produced and get in there close enough. And even still, the siege onagers from Ganji, his microing is just overwhelming to contend against. But the entire front line of Team Michi is being overran right now. Except for Assassin. They're not targeting Assassin's front line at all. Yeah, I think the lack of siege has been the downfall of Team Michi in this game. And not being able to snipe Ganji's siege onagers. But there are definitely some things I would have done differently in this game had I been playing with Team Michi. Ballsy forward castle from Nova right here. They can send Ross all the economy that they want, but there's just no castles in here close enough to handle this. This army right here is massive. They're not going to be able to stop it. It's a good game. It's a GG for sure. Yep, they're calling it. You see it in the chat. When siege onagers make their way to the trade, you know it's over. All they gotta do is target that ground. Yeah, Ross has 13 castles versus Frost, who has 18 castles. It's a big difference. May not seem like it, but there is. And Ross is trying to get some elephants into the back, but it's kind of pointless when you're against players like TheCode. I mean, if they already called it GG, so. I believe this is basically a Hail Mary play, but it's kind of pointless. Flippi and Ganji trying to fight this with Mamelukes. An army of siege onagers and conquistadors and elephants. It's unstoppable. All while Nova is slowly forwarding castles. And Frost is still contending with the entire front line. Ross, I'm sorry. Ross has no base because Frost is in his base. It's a tongue twister. Both names sound alike. Elephants over here on the side from Ross. It's gonna be put in the dirt by TheCode's Mamelukes. Like, look how quickly they wiped this small army. Jesus, 60,000 food sent from Ganji to Frost. I believe they're finally calling it now. It's the second time they called GG. They don't want to resign. Normally, if you call GG, you resign, but I guess not here. I mean, it is practically over. I'm speeding it up. Ross is selling wood for gold. That's weird. Sweden, 30 seconds have passed. And Ross has officially resigned. Kinizsi followed suit. Assassin and Flippi are still in there, but like I said, it's GG already. Assassin resigned, waiting on Flippi. Good game for team ranked. Let's look at the statistics. Huge eco score from Ganji. Food, wood collection, I'm assuming. KD from Frost. TheCode as well. Military score. 1.8 KD from TheCode. 2.9, almost 3.0 KD from Ganji. And his main army was Siege Onagers. RD ratio goes to Frost with 46.67. I'm not sure what RD ratio is. Oh, okay. It's right here. I'm brain dead. So, okay, I get it now. Conversion, Nova converted 15 elephants. Those are rookie numbers. Going over at the economy, Ganji sent the most with 876,000. It helps whenever you are Teutons and you're playing only siege onagers and you have players around you that are also offering support. And you farm the most with 737,000. Wood collection goes to Nobu with 209,000. Stone to Kinsey with 5,456. In terms of food and wood collected, it is low for Team Michi. Wood is high for Flippi, I have to admit. But they all have over 100,000, which is a plus. But in comparison to team rank, they gained far more. So over to I can't see APM. Boo. But all right, GG for team ranked. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.